Homes in Lee Summit sold for over 100% of asking price again last month. Not 90, not 95, over 100. And inventory just dropped for the third month in a row. If you're thinking about buying or selling here, or you just want to know what your house is actually worth right now, stick around because I'm breaking down the real numbers for July of 2026. Straight from the source, no fluff. Hey, I'm Mark Wiesman with Remax Heritage, and this channel is all about living in and around Lee Summit, Missouri. Every month, I pull the actual market data for Lee Summit and walk you through what it really means, not the headlines, not the national news cycle, just what's happening on the ground here in Lee Summit. If you're new here, go ahead, hit that subscribe button because I put these updates out every single month. Today, we're looking at July 2026, and there's a lot to unpack. The big picture. Are we in a seller's market? So let's start with the headline number. Lee Summit is sitting at 2.54 months of housing inventory right now. And if you don't know, don't worry about it. I'll explain it. Simply, we are in a seller's market. Months of inventory is basically how long it would take to sell every single home on the market right now if no new listings came on the market. Under 3 months, that's generally considered a seller's market. Between 3 and 6, 4 to 6, that's pretty balanced. And over 6, it definitely tips towards the buyers. We're at 2.54, solidly in the seller market range. And here's what's interesting. That number actually dropped 3.4% from last month, but it's up 5.8% over the last 12 months. So compared to a year ago, we have a little more breathing room, but month to month, things are actually tightening back up again. What homes are actually selling for? Let's talk dollars, because this is what everybody actually wants to know. The median sold price in Lee Summit for July was $425,000. That's up 2.7% from the month before. And get this, homes are still selling for 100.2% of list price on average. That means sellers are getting slightly more than what they asked for. We also saw 184 homes sell in July. That's up 12.2% from June. And total volume for the sold homes came in at just over $90 million for the month. That's a 20.6% increase. So more homes are moving, and they're moving at strong prices. The median days on market for sold homes was 25 days. That number jumped almost 39% from the prior month, which sounds alarming. But what that really tells me is homes aren't flying off the market in a week or two like they were at the peak of the frenzy a few years back. Buyers have a little bit more time to make a decision, but 25 days is still fast. That is not a home sitting around, but they still move fast if they're priced right and ready to sell. I recently had a house that I listed in the high 460s, and it had multiple offers on it and went under contract in 3 days and over asking. You can't wait around. New listings, what's coming on the market. Let's flip over to new listings because this tells us what's coming down the pipeline in July. 168 new single-family listings hit the market in Lee Summit. That's actually down 21.5% from the previous month. So fewer new homes came on compared to June. The median list price of those new listings was $447,000, up almost 2% month over month. Median price per square foot came in at $190 a foot, also up. And the median size of these new listings was almost 2,500 square feet. So here's the story that's forming. Fewer new listings are hitting the market, but the ones that do come on priced right, they're priced a little bit higher and they're still moving well. That's classic tightening inventory, and it's a big part of why we're still sitting in seller's market inventory and why home values are still rising. Pending sales, what's under contract? Let's talk about pending sales because this honestly is one of the best indicators of where things are headed since it shows us what's currently under contract but hasn't closed yet. We had 95 new pending listings in July and 172 total pending listings overall. That's homes under contract right now. The median list price on these pending homes was $450,000 for new pendings, and the overall pending median sits at $499,000. New construction's included in there. What jumps out here is the days on market for pending listings, 25 days. That's up 56% from last month. Combine that with fewer new listings coming on, and what we're seeing is a market where good homes are still getting snapped up, but buyers aren't quite in the same rush out and panic mode we saw a few years ago. They're doing their homework and then they're moving. So what does this all actually mean for you? If you're a seller, this is still a strong market. You're looking at homes selling at or slightly above asking price in about 25 days with inventory tight enough that well-priced, well-presented homes are getting real attention. This is not the time to be scared to list. If you're a buyer, I won't sugarcoat it here. You're still going to see competition on the good houses, especially anything priced right and in that $400,000 to $450,000 range, which is right in our local sweet spot. But 25 days on market means you're not necessarily going to lose a home if you take a few days to think it through and get your financing lined up ahead of time. That preparation matters more than ever. You have to have your pre-approval and be ready to move when the house hits the market. If you're just watching your home's value from the sidelines, that median sold price, $425,000, is up almost 3% in a single month. That's real equity growth happening right now in Lee's Summit. So let's wrap it up. Lee's Summit is still very much a seller's market. Inventory is tight at 2.54 months. Homes are selling for right around full price, actually a tad over, in about 25 days. And prices are trending up month over month. Fewer new listings are coming on the market, which is only going to keep that pressure up in the months ahead. If you're thinking about buying or selling in Lee's Summit, Blue Springs, or anywhere in the Kansas City metro area, shoot me a message. I'm happy to run your specific numbers. No pressure, no obligation, just real answers. And if you found this useful, drop a comment and let me know what you want me to cover next, whether it's that specific neighborhood in Lee's Summit or a deep dive into what interest rates are doing to our market. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't. I've got new videos coming every month breaking down exactly what's happening in Lee's Summit. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.